Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And a good morning, Lakeshore, and welcome back to Fine Living here on 1240 Radio WOMT each and every week with Jim Reif Builders. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Terry.
How are you today?
Well, not too bad. Just it seems like July and summer is just kind of flying past.
It is. It's crazy. Time flies by, and the next 4 minutes here are going to fly by because we're talking about some builder education and knowledge. We're talking about continuing ed for you.
And that's real important. You know, the consumer may not realize that, but to maintain a builder certification in Wisconsin, you have to take some credits each year. So you have to have 12 credits or 12 hours of continuing education every 2 years, roughly 6 a year. So that's real important that the consumer knows that. Why do I bring this up? Because of a lot of different reasons. First of all, there's code changes all the time. Whether it's
let me stop you right there. Why are these codes always changing? Because I hear that all the time. Well, hey, it's a new code. It's a new code.
Codes change approximately every 5 years. I mean, and for several reasons. First of all, more science is available. Secondly, newer products come out. Thirdly, they may identify problems, whether it's fire or deaths for some reason. So they try to improve to make things safer for the consumer.
Okay. All right. So you need a continuing education because you need to stay on top of it.
Yeah, you need to stay on top of it, whether it's the codes, whether it's the products that are out there, because those change all the time. And that's so important. An example is that, with all the new products that keep coming out all the time, you have to install them properly. So if you don't understand how to install them, you could void the warranty. Well, that's not good for the consumer.
Right.
Would you want a brand new home and the warranties are voided because it wasn't installed properly?
Right.
So it's super important that that's all understood and continuing education continues that way.
Okay.
To be able for that builder to pull that building permit to do your project, he's going to need to maintain this continuing education. So before the permit's issued, they look up on a state website to make sure that you're doing your credits and getting your courses turned in. Otherwise, they won't issue the building permit.
Is that these credits and these continuing education stuff? Is that only for you specifically, or for your entire team? How does that work?
It's just for two individuals at our company, myself and Tom, maintain that. We don't have to have for our employees, but we take our employees to other seminars on product installation and code, stuff like that. So they don't have to fill out all the paperwork. They didn't have to take the test initially, but we still keep them educated.
Well, and it's your name and your reputation, and you're not going to bring on someone that is not going to be able to do this properly.
It's real important, yeah. I mean, our name carries a lot in the community. We appreciate that and appreciate all the work we get, but it's so important that we maintain that.
So I got to ask you, Jim, what happens, or what would you say if a builder asks the homeowner, hey, just you pull the permit yourself and I'll build it for you?
Big red flag, kind of like stop right here. Caution, you could say.
Stop and run.
Well, basically that builder you're thinking about contracting maybe doesn't have the qualifications then to pull that permit. That's probably the reason. So it's real important that you check into that, because you don't want to get stung or have a bad product or a warranty voided because of something they did.
Yeah.
So it's super important to make sure that they're able to prove that they have the accreditations and certifications to make it all work.
And I would imagine, Jim, that although there's these minimums, I would imagine that you guys go above and beyond that to continue to stay on top of technology and products and stay on top of today's society.
Definitely. In my case, I can speak for myself that I'm required to take roughly 6 credits a year or 6 hours. I probably take a dozen hours of education a year just because it's so important.
Okay. Jim, a lot of great stuff. If a listener out there is looking at remodeling, new home construction, just thinking about ideas, where can they go to have a conversation with you?
Terry, look us up on the web. That's a great opportunity for people to view us and see our passion and what we do without having to talk to us. Then give us a call, 684-6899. Our website is jimreifbuilders.com, and we're on Facebook with a heavy presence there. You'll see a bunch of our projects all the time.
Awesome. Jim, we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.